Joining me today on NYSE Floor Talk is Marc Riccio. He is CEO at USA Lacrosse. We also have Mastroianni. She's a player with Athletes Unlimited and USA Lacrosse. And finally, we have Paul Rabil, who is the co-founder at the Premier Lacrosse League. Wonderful to have you all. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
And it's a big day for lacrosse.
Yeah.
Exciting time. So Marc, I want to ask you, let's talk about ELEVATE28, which launched today. Tell me what it is and what you're trying to accomplish.
Well, ELEVATE28 is coming off the announcement of LA28, meaning lacrosse getting into the Olympics. ELEVATE28 is the coming together of 8 organizations in the United States, pro leagues, collegiate, to grow the game of lacrosse, to get more kids playing the game, to double annual participation in the game of lacrosse by the end of the decade. It's an unprecedented transformational partnership.
Mm-hmm. Now, Paul, the Premier League is part of ELEVATE28. Why was now the right time for these organizations to come together?
I think the momentum internationally, getting into the Olympics. For us personally, we're taking our 8 teams into cities this coming year. And so really getting an opportunity to build deeper relationships with young participants and their families in communities. We know that there's a lot of value that we can bring to the table. There's a lot of value that Marc can bring to the table and AU. So I think as something as big as doubling youth participation, lowering the barrier at large to enter requires a more cohesive effort. And so I think the timing was right because of all those.
Mm-hmm. Now, Allie, exciting news with lacrosse being part of the 2028 Summer Olympics. So tell me, what does it mean for a player to play or represent their country on an international stage?
Yeah, there's no greater honor than representing your country while playing the sport that you love. I think being surrounded by the best players in the world, whether you're playing alongside them or playing against them, is such an amazing experience, and it's just something you dream of when you're a kid. So to be able to actually put on that red, white, and blue and represent your country is an experience like no other.
Mm-hmm. Now, Marc, tell me, what do you see for the future of lacrosse as you head into the Olympics over the next 5 years?
The future is really bright for us. We have so much upside as a sport. The opportunity to play the game of sixes at the Olympic level is a pathway to play at the youth level, meaning that it's 6-on-6, it's kids playing together, boys and girls, without equipment. It lowers the barrier of entrance to what Paul talked about earlier. And so it's just a unique moment in time for the sport, between this group coming together, between the growth at the collegiate level, the growth at the youth and high school level, to bring all of it together for one cohesive effort really is just a unique opportunity. And we're going to be very much focused on sixes and growing the game at the youth level.
All right, so Paul, you started the Premier League in 2018. What was the inspiration behind founding the league?
Well, I would say as a player, much like Allie, you commit your whole life to the craft. And if you're lucky enough to become a professional, you want to be able to build a career out of it. There wasn't that much of an opportunity prior. While in parallel, we've seen MLS, UFC, even the recent penetration of F1 in the United States, because of new media, because of technology, it's created enterprise value around pro sports. And we felt like, okay, if there was a time, it was now to try and rebuild pro lacrosse, and that's what we set out to do. And 5 years later, sitting with you, Judy.
Yes, 5 years later, wonderful to be here with you.
Hopefully to do it again another 5.
Yes, indeed, me too, I do hope so. But now, Allie, tell me, what are you most excited about for the future of the sport?
I just think the future of the sport is exciting. I think that we're going to get more kids playing. The collegiate level is going to get way more competitive. The professional leagues are going to be more exciting than ever. And then the international level is going to be the most competitive that it's ever been. So overall, I think just the entire lacrosse community and the skill level is just going to elevate. And on the women's side, I mean, this is the first time that women will be playing lacrosse in the Olympics, which is really exciting. And I think that platform that showcases women playing lacrosse, it will not only will show how far women's lacrosse has come, but also will showcase how impressive these female athletes are.
Yeah, indeed. Well, this is an exciting day, exciting time for lacrosse. Can't wait to see what the future holds. Wonderful to have you all here. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.